So, I want to talk about something. And the reason why my hair is not done is because I don't care. It's the end of the night and I was laying down and it's a lot fucked. But I'm going to talk about depression. Now, there's different organizations and different things to bring awareness, but no one really, I feel, that I know of talks about it. So, it's something that I personally been dealing with on and off. Like, sometimes I'll just get like so depressed I don't want to do shit about it. But most recently, I realized that I was stressing myself and getting really fucked up emotionally over someone who probably doesn't even care. And as I'm sitting here bawling my eyes out and posting my depression, my sad shit on Facebook and Snapchat, Instagram, I realized that what's the point? Me being sad isn't gonna change how this person feels. And even even that thought in itself kind of depressed me. And the reason why the way this person treats me matters so much is because I feel alone a lot, and I feel like I could be there for a lot of people and they won't be there for me, or they won't understand, or they'll use it as an incentive to convince me to do something I'm not entirely comfortable with right now. And I do love him. I really do. I just wish that he would understand how I felt sometimes. And the sad thing about that realization is that I realize too much of my happiness is dependent on the people in my life and the things that I have. Because last year when I got robbed and I lost everything that I had, um, I was like super depressed about it. That was my happy place, my consoles, my games, the works. I would come home from a bad day and just zombie out on games. And when I lost that like, it's like someone stole my world. And then my grandma passed last year, so it was a lot. It's like my house was invaded, my safe place was invaded, my happiness was taken, and I dealt with a death in the family. It was a lot. And since then, it's been a very trying journey. Like, whether I was homeless or lost my job, it was a lot. And the only constant in my life was this man, or is this man. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if we're together anymore, but that's not the point. And it's because when everything fell apart, he was still there. But I'm now realizing that that's not good enough. I gotta find a way to be happy and deal with this shit because things don't do it, people don't do it. And the saddest realization is that I don't know how to, without other outside influences. And no matter how hard I push myself, not happy. No matter what I accomplish, I'm not happy. And I guess the thing is, I just don't know how to be happy, you know? And I know I can't possibly be the only one that feels this way. But I felt like rather than making a bunch of petty, childish, immature posts, I would just talk about it, get my feelings out, and just share it. And hopefully it helps somebody. But every time things go wrong or things fall apart or things that are supposed to be stable, excuse me, sorry, I was just smoking, and constant in my life, if it's taken away or it leaves or I no longer have it for whatever shape or reason, it fucks with me too much. It fucks with me on such a hard level. Like, it's hard for me to like continue afterwards. So I'm going to use the channel as a blog for my feelings and how I'm dealing with it, how I'm coping with it. I mean, I can crochet my ass off. I could go for walks. I could listen to music. Everything makes me want to shrink up and disappear and just fucking cry. Like, how many times I literally woke up and thought to myself, like, why am I still here? And the reason why I keep living is because it's not my time to die. And that kind of makes me sad because I feel like living life is so fucking hard. Trying to survive, trying to make sense of shit, trying to form relationships and bonds and have something real with people. Whereas I feel like the dead have it so fucking easy because they don't have none of this shit to worry about. You know, it's a fucked up thought, but I should be able to be honest at some point in my life about what I'm feeling and all this internal shit. Then if I gain a pound, because I used to be way heavier, and you know, every time I gain a pound, that stresses me out, and it's just like a downhill spiral, and I don't know how to fix it. And I've seen a therapist, and the therapist wasn't helpful at all. And long and short, I'm now on this journey to find my happiness and be happy. Just know and learn how to be happy. I don't want to drink, although drinking is fun, but it doesn't fix what's wrong. I want to smoke, but I can't just smoke weed all fucking day, you know? I gotta work and they drug test and stuff like that. And again, once the high wears off, guess what? You still got these fucked up ass feelings and these fucked up ass thoughts that you can't do shit about. So I now have to figure that out. And again, I know I can't possibly be the only person, and I don't want to take medicine for it because that's just temporary. If I could get to the root of what is causing this and why I feel this way, I'm solid, but that's the hard fucking part. Trying to figure that shit out because I don't know. And I spent years, I spent 30 fucking years of my life telling myself that I was happy when I wasn't. And now I have to undo all that fucking denial and figure out what the fuck is wrong with me. And I feel like that is the hardest part too. Like there's so many hard aspects to this shit. It doesn't make any sense. Like I will shop and it'll make me temporarily happy and you know, play makeup. Recently, my birthday, August 6th, I wanted to spend it with him and he couldn't make it and a lot of promises were broken and I got so sad. I just cut my hair. My hair was really long and I just took a scissors to it and I cut it and it didn't make me feel better. Nothing makes me feel better anymore. And I'm tired of just feeling emotions in general and I wish I could just get my brain on the same page to just shut that shit out and just cut it out. And like my friends will cheer me up when they realize that something's wrong, but it sucks having to even be weak and have people see because I feel weak as fuck when I feel like this. I feel weak as fuck when I am anything but happy. And I've been sad a lot. I've been depressed a lot and I've been thinking about shit in a not very healthy, self-friendly way. And I just gotta get these feelings out because I feel like it's eating me alive inside. And again, the fact that I wake up every morning means it's not my time to go. And I should be happy about that, but I'm not. And I don't know, it's just, what do you do when you don't want to live anymore? And I know if I would off myself, my friends would be disappointed. Some of my family members might have seen it coming, but I feel like the worst part is nobody will miss me. And I don't know why that bothers me so much. I care too much about what other people think. I just know that this shit is just stressful. And sometimes, I'm not a religious person by any stretch of the imagination, but, I pray on shit all the time. And, I always ask God, like, what is the point of this? Because they say what doesn't kill you make you stronger. God doesn't give anything that you can't handle. I feel so beyond broken right now. I feel like this is too much. And I can't handle it. So, and everyone gives you the same hallmark response, like, hang in there, it gets better. When? When does it get better? Does it ever get better? Because that has not been the trend or theme for me. So, maybe, and there's definitely some self responsibility. I'm attracted to assholes apparently, and I attract them and people who are emotionally unavailable. And I don't know why it's so important that I find somebody who loves me as much as I love them, or just finding someone to love me. I think it's because I honestly never knew what it was like to be loved, or I never felt that way. So I've heard it growing up, but I never believed it, you know. And I'm not saying anybody's life isn't more difficult, or they don't have their own story. This isn't about that. My child wasn't the greatest. I'm not placing any blame. You know, all I'm saying is that it's hard to know what love is when I've never believed it. And I'm giving up on relationships and shit because I don't think that I'm meant to be happy. I don't think I'm supposed to find the one. I don't think it exists. I feel like in a previous life, I must have been a really fucking shitty person for this to be my life now. Because there is no way that I would go out of my way to help people and be there for them and be as supportive as possible. And my life is still just shitty. So I feel like there has to be something, a concept as reincarnations, because I'm paying the price of someone else's karma. And there's times where I regret the fact that I was even born, because if I wasn't born, I would not be dealing with this shit. But I was. Some unlucky star happened. Hold up. What? Some lucky star across the sky where my mom and my dad met, and I was the outcome. So it is what it is. But I'm just going to video blog about it and hope that this helps and makes me feel better, and I hope it helps anybody else who happens to feel the same way, because I know I can't be alone. I just know there's no way in this fucking universe that I'm alone feeling the way that I do. And I didn't do this to depress anybody. I gotta get these feelings out, and that's the only way I know how. I feel shitty, like, having to constantly call my friends and talk to them about it. It just makes them sad and ruins their night, and we shouldn't both be sad. So, this is my first video, and, whatever methods I find, I will definitely share them. I'm going to get back into meditating because that did help for a bit. But I hope you guys have a great night, and if any of this is helpful, let me know. And if you're going through it, I recommend making a video blog. Share your experiences. Like, the worst thing in the world is feeling alone. And I feel alone a lot. Like, it doesn't matter how many people I know, how many people I've talked to. I find myself feeling alone a lot. And that is the worst fucking feeling, too. So, yeah. Well, I'm signing off for the night. Apparently, the roommates are getting rambunctious, and I know this is going to get interrupted way more than I care for it to. But good night. definitely played around with this more before I did this.